Hi, this is Randy Nordell, and this is episode 13 of the SIMnet instructor videos. And this episode is on admin settings. Admin settings are some settings that you can change as an administrator, and it's a good practice or best practice to have a couple instructors, a couple of the key instructors be administrators for SIMnet. Not everybody needs to be an administrator. Administrator is one of the settings for a user settings as an administrator or an instructor. There's numerous different ones. But if you have an admin account, you'll see this admin settings button. If you log in as an instructor, this admin settings button will not be available. And it's usually best to have both, for those who are administrators, it's usually best to have both an instructor account and an administrator account. I don't use my administrator account very often, other than if I'm adding some new adjunct faculty members into our SIMnet system, or if a colleague contacts me and say, hey, would you look at my course? I can log in as an administrator and see all the courses available, not just my own. So there are some advantages to the admin profile or an admin account. So I'm going to click on admin settings here. And there's a whole bunch of different ones. We're going to start with options. These are just your general SIMnet settings. Usually just keep the default settings. Typically there's not, unless there's a compelling reason to change them, the default settings are typically what you want in SIMnet. The next one we'll look at are products. So you want to start with choosing the correct products, which is really the version of Office. So you can remove older versions if you're no longer using them. I think we still have a few people using 2019, although I think they're going to transition out this semester. But can have a couple of different products. We've removed the Office 2016. So those are products. Next thing you want to look at is textbooks. So this is where you're actually choosing the textbooks. And very similar to other areas of SIMnet, the left-hand container is the available textbooks, the right-hand are assigned. And occasionally you'll want to go through, and if there's new content or a new version being added, you'll want to move those over, select them on the left-hand side and add them to the right-hand side to the assigned. There are times where some older content you might want to remove from the assigned just to kind of reduce the clutter. So you can add and remove content as an administrator here, or add and remove textbooks as an administrator. The next thing in the admin settings is e-commerce. So e-commerce is the actual digital product that the students will be buying. So it shows all sorts of different e-commerce options here. You can add or remove those options. It has pricing and US ISBNs and all of that available. So you can add and remove products as needed. And nice thing about adding e-commerce products, you want to add the ones that you're going to use in the course or courses you're offering at your school. But when you have the e-commerce in there, as you create a course in the settings area of the course, you can or in the edit e-commerce area of the course, you can filter for which products are available for students. Now, if you're using inclusive access, none of this really matters. All of this will be handled on the back end. So this is the e-commerce. Next thing are campuses. I would steer clear of this. You typically want to use the default campus, just your normal campus, unless it's a large college and you have multiple different campuses. Then talk to one of us about that, about adding campuses. But typically you don't want to add campuses. It tends to create more confusion. So we'll just leave it at the default there. And then finally, branding. Branding is relatively new option. It's been around for a little bit, but you can include custom logos for your for both the course homepage and for your digital credentialing. So I added in the logo for our school on both of these, and you can customize it. Include course name. You could do that or not. I didn't. I just kept it more at the college level for the branding of that on the logo. Or on the digital credentials. So you'll have to upload a file, and there's certain parameters for that. But That is the admin settings. So as you go again, if you have an admin account and that's a role that you will have this button available. If you log in and this button is not available, that means you're logged in as an instructor. And if you need help getting an admin account, let us know. So I hope this information was helpful. Have a great day.